Hello everyone, welcome to Retro Dad and Modern Lad, the YouTube channel and soon to be website, and welcome to the Sacred Pools Let's Play episode 3. Now in the previous episodes we've got 4 of the 5 sacred crystals, so we just need one more, and we've been to 5 of the 6 areas in the game. There's 2 areas for each disc. The only area we haven't been to is the jail area, so we'll go to that area next. And also I've got to show you the dancers in the area we've just come from. So you might notice that some of the items are a bit different from the end of the last episode, and that is simply because I lost my save, but we are back up to the same position we were up to, although some of the items might be slightly different just because I haven't used some of them, because I took longer in the Let's Play to show you around the levels, whereas I know what I'm doing now, so I can reach this point fairly quickly. Which brings me to actually a slight... Oh, I'm getting attacked. Press the B button to block, because I've got the blue crystal in. Which brings me to one of me sort of... It's a little bit of a criticism. I mean, this is only a sort of prototype, so it isn't the finished game. But something I keep doing, it's probably just me to be honest with you, but with the restore save game and the save game next to each other, I keep choosing the wrong one. I don't look close enough when I'm doing it, and that's how I've lost my save a couple of times. I've been exploring the beginning of the game, and then I've decided I want to sort of move forward towards, you know, the end of the game where my save is. And instead of going on restore saved, I've gone on save game and saved over, you know, me far in the game save, and I've done that a couple of times. It's probably just me, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do on this one is, right, that's not the way we want to go. Just got to get me bearings a little bit. We want to go to the jail area. Now logic would say that so far we've got 4 of the 5 sacred crystals, and each one of them's been in a different area. The only area we haven't found a crystal in was the sort of control room area, and we can block that. It was a bit slow getting the block in though. Just try and see if there's anything in here. I think we've got the items from most of the places now. Just trying to think. I think it's this way. I think you can... Is it this way? I think you can get into the jail this way. Let's see what happens when we go through here. Yeah, I think if we go right now, that takes you into the jail area. Or is it behind? I think it's in here. No, it's not that one. I think it is that one over there. Yeah, so only the control room. It should say disc 3. Yep, what I'll do is I'll just skip this swap. Hello and welcome back. So I've skipped the disc swap just to move things forward. We're in the jail area now. And my thinking at this stage was we've got this keypad here we can look at, but we haven't got the items for it. We'll get them in a moment. My thinking at this stage was that you would think the sacred crystal will be here somewhere. But actually, what we're going to find out is it's not here, and I'll speak a little bit more about it once we've had a look at this area. You can get something from in here. So it's an orange triangle shaped one. We've got quite a few of them ones. And it was really... Oh, we're getting attacked. Press the B button to block. It was a bit of an awkward angle he was at then. But yeah, finding the last sacred crystal took me an awful long time of exploring and trying. I didn't think it was in the game, but I ended up finding it. So we're at a stage now where I made a lot of progress quickly with me testing on this game, but now I'm still making progress, but it's slower and it's taking, you know, more time to look for things. So what we can do is there's all these different jails, and we can actually look in them and see some people. So let's have a look. So she wants us to help her. Well, that's a good idea. We're going to find out. And there doesn't seem to be anything in this one. Another thing that's worth noting on these doors as well, if you just look back at this one.
Please help me. You have to get me out of here. Help me.
And if we just look again, you can see, if you look to just the left of the window on the door, you can see a little symbol, and them symbols correspond to the symbols that are on the keypad. So by pressing the certain ones, you open certain doors in case you don't want to open them all. So we just go forward. And just pause a minute.
Hey, where have you been? I thought you were going to get me out of here. Look, if you can't find the keys, find Kate's. He knows where they are. But hurry, keep going.
So it's important when you come in the jail area to activate her to be in that jail cell. You need to pause when you're looking at this door. Now, we've spoken about this before. So if you're just moving around,
Hey, what side are you
yeah,
on?
she's doing it again. If you're just moving around quickly, it doesn't always happen. And if you don't pause on that door, she won't be in that room when you release it. So that is important. So let's have a look in this one. Oh, and he's got me. But he's only knocked me back. Sometimes he'll knock you back, sometimes he'll knock you into one of the cells, and sometimes you go into outer space. It does seem to be a little bit random. So what we're going to do now is... Oh, he's threw us into outer space this time. Oh. So we'll have to go all the way back there. That happens sometimes. I didn't have much of a choice there. So what we'll do is trying to think of the easiest way to get back there. I don't want to go there because if we go there, the little people will steal our stuff. And the thing about that is I'll show you that sequence sometime in this episode of when you get robbed. But some of the items that they take sometimes, you can't find them anywhere else. So it is a bit of a pain that. What I'll do is I'll use this one to go back in. And what I'll do is I'll just skip straight back into the jail area. And we've skipped to the jail area just to save you having watched me moving through the corridors. Because that is one thing that it does take a while and it does suck up your time quite a bit, is when you're moving around the corridors, and also the constant disc swapping. Just go over here and make sure that she's still in the jail cell. No, she's not still in the jail cell. Trying to get her to be in the jail cell can be a pain sometimes. She was there before because we got kicked out. She's not there now. This is the trigger usually, just looking at this. Right. She's not in there, but what we'll do is I'll release the other ones so you can see what the other ones are like when we release them. So basically, you just go over to the keypad and you open the doors that you want. Now usually you can release her from one of them, but she's not there, she's gone again now. And you do find that happens quite a bit. We'll try and trigger her so she's there again in a minute. Just go this way. You do find that the story, I mean, obviously this is only a prototype, it's not finished. The story, it's out of, it's not in order. Sometimes you go in a room and it'll be a bit of the story, and then you go into the next room and it's a bit of the story that was before that one rather than after it. They're not in like a synchronized order, and quite often when you swap discs, it'll play the same cutscenes that you've already seen. So it is quite difficult sometimes to figure out where the story's going. So it's this way. It's basically the two we've just found, and now you can pick these. Now these all correspond to one of the doors, the symbols on the doors. So for example, you know, if she was in a jail cell, it'd be this one, but she's not, so it's probably not going to do anything. What I will do is, this one is the one with nothing in. I think that one is the woman, and this one's the bloke. So what we'll do is we'll do the bloke one first. And I'll just show you what happens there. And he was dragging us, the jail cell, to chew on us, but I actually used the block to open one of the other ones. Now you can press that one and open it, but it doesn't appear to do anything. We'll just press it anyway, and we'll also open another one while we're here. In fact, we'll just open all the remaining ones while we're here now. But there doesn't appear to be in one of the jail cells, there doesn't appear to be anything. You can actually go in one of the jail cells, and I'll show you that in a minute, if we can get it to trigger. So that should be all of them now. This is one of the best scenes, actually. I like this one. Watch this.
Come on, we gotta get out of here before the jailer gets back.
Oh no, she was still in there. When you try to get out, you actually get attacked. But we'll follow her in a moment. I'm just gonna, have I got anything to top up my health there? But I just want to show you there's actually a really good scene in here. I'm not actually sure what the next scene is. I need to do more research and more testing to figure out what the next scene is now she's broken out of jail. It does take a while trying to figure things out, because as I said, often you need to stop and pause while you're looking at something, because if you keep moving it doesn't trigger scenes. But this is actually one of my favourite ones, so I'll show you this one. It's brilliant, that, isn't it? Now it's funny actually, if I just put this screen on so I don't get attacked a minute. What's funny about that is sometimes when that happens, sometimes put back where we are now, and sometimes you get put in a jail cell. But we didn't get put in the jail cell that time. No. It is difficult to try and trigger it. There's also the sort of like the prison guard who walks around, and he can also throw you into a jail cell. But you actually get a scene if you get thrown into a jail cell, but it's not consistent, or I haven't found a consistent way to get through in it yet. Just have a look around, and there's no one in them anymore. But as I said, if you leave this area, they will end up back in them. Get attacked. I'm trying. The last time I got through in a jail cell, it was by the prison guard, and I was just sort of loitering around this area. I don't think it's. I mean, I got hit there, but yeah. Oh no, yeah, that's it. That's perfect. So we're in the prison cell now. We've been put in a prison cell. And there's this on the wall here, but this doesn't appear to do anything, this one. Let's just, while I'm here, let's just try a couple of things, because sometimes putting crystals on things does open them. I'm sure I've tried before, but I'll just try one more time while we're here. It's usually the round ones that will open things if you just drop them on them. No, I mean, it doesn't appear. This doesn't appear to do anything, this one, but you can look at it, which makes me think maybe it should do something. Now you can go down there, but that just takes you to outer space, so I wouldn't go that way. There's actually another way out. and I'll show you that just in a moment. So first what we want to do is just look at this door for a minute. And here come our little friends. Now they bail down there, but that takes you to outer space. Now if you go next to this, it doesn't let you out. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, there's nothing else we can do apart from to go to outer space, but there is. I'm just having a little look around, see if I can. See, I do wonder what that is. If you go to this door here, and what you do is, I was just trying to think, I think it's the green one. Just drop it on there. It is. And you can go through. And this actually takes you to the outside area where we've been before. And it's right next to this. Now it'll be released already by now, but I did actually show you how to put the 6 sphere crystals into this, and you can go through the door in when I showed the cheat that I discovered. I've done a separate video to that will be released before this video. Now, what is quite funny about this, and I'll go into more detail about this in a minute, I don't know where the 6th one is. The 6th one and the one that's missing is the grey one. So it should be a sphere one like this, a round one, but it should be grey like this. Now I don't know where that is. I know where the other ones are, but what's quite funny is I know where that grey one is when I play the first prototype build of this that was released, because we're playing the second one now. But I know where it is on the first one, but they've moved it, and I can't seem to find it. If you've been playing the second prototype of the Sacred Pools and you know where the grey one is, let me know. Now of course if you do the cheat, it's already in your inventory here, but I'm not sure whereabout in the level it is. Maybe it is in the level, and it's obviously been moved from the first prototype, but I'm not quite sure where it is. I'll show you where it is on the first prototype. I'll do a little clip at the end, but what I'll do is I'll show you me solving this one, because it's a bit of a disappointment, I'm not going to lie to you. What you get for this, I'll show you that at the end. So what we need to do now is we need to go back to the we've obviously just done the jail, and I thought the next sacred crystal, the 5th one of these we need, would have been in there, because as I said, there's 6 areas, and apart from the control room, and the problem with the control room is we did actually solve a puzzle that didn't seem to do anything, and there's a door in there that none of the items seem to take. It doesn't seem to open. So I was thinking maybe you can't get the 5th one because they haven't sort of put it in yet. But I hadn't give up. What I did was I thought I'll read, the menu descriptions and things, and one thing I found was when looking through these, so this one, I've met everyone but one person, and that got me thinking, well, it must have something to do with that person then, because we've met all these people. Again, yeah, we've met her, and the very last one, it is. And these are really good for getting advice on, how you can sort of repel their attacks, and also what their role is in the game. So a couple of these, if we haven't met them, we're going to meet them in a minute when we go in the dancing room, because quite a few of these are dancers. But yeah, I spent an awful long time, that's the person we got the last one from. I spent an awful long time testing, trying to find this, and I was almost giving up when I found it. The last sacred crystal. But if we just keep going till we get to the end. This person. So we've not seen this person. And what made me think that maybe they could help us was, it says that the highly charged electrical Sasha who combines crystals to create special powers. Now that's quite interesting, isn't it? Combines crystals. I wonder if that was meant to be part of the game, because I don't think it's implemented at the minute. I can't see a way where you can combine them. Although she can be extremely dangerous, you can mix crystals with hers to create the sacred fire crystal. So you can mix crystals, so I thought this might have something to do with it. Beware, there's no known shield. And what we can see about the picture is, we can tell that that's in the room where, you know, they were doing the dancing and we found the last sacred crystal. So that I went back there to see if I could find this character, and I did find this character. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that room. We'll make our way back, and what I'll do is just again to move things along a little bit quicker, because we've been down all the corridors now, I'll actually just transport us straight there. And welcome back to this area. Now, I thought maybe we might find an item in here or something, because I didn't think there would be another sacred crystal in here, because we've just literally found one. And it wouldn't seem right for the two of them to be in the same area close to each other. But what we're going to do is we're just going to move this way. See if we can grab them there, if there's any. No, there's none in there. Sometimes items reappear and other items don't. That's something I've noticed. So she's going to kick us in the face, so just turn round and then turn back around. Now, it took me a long time. See, this is the same sort of silhouette as we seen in the picture of the only person we've never met. Now, what I figured out is it's the good old turn and pause again. It takes longer, but it's definitely worth, when you're moving around, to just pause a little bit before you do a movement. And I've noticed if you do that here, watch. So we've seen them and they've gone in that room. Now, before you go in any of these two rooms, just make sure that your health is fairly high. And put this in. Just make sure your radiation's the lowest it can be as well, because as soon as you walk in these rooms, your radiation starts going up. So let's go in after them. Yeah. Getting attacked. Have I got anything that I can put my health up with? Yeah, just put that in there. And we'll go in this room and we can watch one of the dancers. And you'll see the radiations come on the screen, it's moving up. Now it should just about finish before you get to full radiation if you had a full bar's worth to use. And she attacked us, and that's put us back over here. So what we'll do is I'll just get the radiation down and we'll go back over, because there's 4 dancers over there if I remember correctly. So these white ones are vital when you're doing this, because they get your radiation down to the bottom. So just go this way again. And if you see someone coming, just turn. Yep, someone's coming, just turn. Oh, still getting attacked. If you turn, but don't just turn, you've got to turn and walk in the opposite direction, otherwise you still just get attacked from behind. So go back over here and we'll go in, and every time you go in this one you get attacked. But we haven't got any of the blue ones left. They're quite hard to get hold of, the blue ones, which you can use for defense. And we've seen her before when she was in the rebellion room, saying it's not safe. And that's it. Now you can't go back in there now. So you get 2 dancers for each of the 2 rooms. So we'll go in the other one now. And we didn't find the person who went in, who we were looking for, which was a bit disappointing. So what we'll do, we'll just take another one of these so our radiation again goes lower, because you do need pretty much a full radiation bar, otherwise you don't make it. I don't know whether it just hasn't been implemented yet, but these people doing the dances don't actually seem to have any bearing on the story. As good as the scenes are, you don't seem to get any items or anything out of this. But still, you know, well worth watching. Maybe watching these could possibly trigger another scene somewhere else. So that is a thought. And there's that person again, popping their head out. So they are behind there. I don't know how he's got in this side, but we can go in here one more time. Again, just make sure your radiation's low before you go in. So I've now met every person from the character lists in the game. So we must be pretty far into the game. As I said, it is difficult with the story though, because it just seems to play randomly and it repeats, and they've gone. And we make our way out. But if we look in them now, we can't go into them anymore. So we did meet the character who I thought might have had some sort of bearing on helping us get the last sacred crystal when I was looking around. But actually, we wasn't, even despite what it says in the menus, we wasn't able to combine crystals with that person, and it won't let you go in any of these anymore. Maybe actually if you just drop crystals on there and you'll come out and combine them. Maybe I haven't got all the crystals at the minute, but let's just try them. It's usually the round ones you can behind. Try a yellow one. It doesn't appear to be. So again, I hit a bit of a brick wall with that. But what I did discover in the end is, remember last time when I said, you know, even though the old man had just been, you know, fired in the face and he fell down through the trapdoor, somehow he appears back behind here like this. But did you notice that this time the old man didn't use the trapdoor? Last time at the end of the last episode, he used the trapdoor and we fell outside. But what I figured out is you need to go to him, open it and fall outside, and then you need to come back to this area and he'll use lightning on you the second time instead of doing that. And if you press up on it again, he's gone and you can explore this bit. So I've clicked on everything in this, and basically there's two things you can click on. It's this, and green mist just comes out, and I think that's your sort of magic bar, I think it is. That doesn't appear to do much. Maybe if we had some sort of crystal on, we could possibly look what's inside there or something, but it doesn't appear to do anything. But this one is the 5th sacred crystal, amazingly. And I think that's a real strange choice, because I mean, we've just got one from the same room. There's two next to each other. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's just the way it is. It's in here, so let's get it.
Wind clears the air to see, to hear, the hidden, the unknown. All powers of nature come together inside us, outside us. We move like the wind, anywhere, anyone, anytime.
So not only did we get the last sacred crystal, we actually got the teleportation device for having all 5 of them. And you can see that's in the center here. So how this basically works is, if we click on it, is we can now teleport straight to any area. Now this is really good for testing and for just getting around, because, you know, sometimes even when you know your way around the game quite well, it's quite difficult to move between areas. You know, it's quite slow paced. And I do like that, but, you know, especially for testing, this makes things a lot easier. Now, there's 2 areas for each of the discs, 3 discs, 2 areas each disc. So if you go to an area where it's on another disc to you, you've still got to do the disc swap. So, you know, you've still got that. It's not instant in that case. But, you know, if you go to an area that's on the same disc, you do go instantly. So I'll just tell you which areas are which. So basically, this takes you to the outside area. This one takes you to the jail area. This one is the bar area. This one is the area we're in now. And this one is the code room. And this one is the rebellion room. So for example, we're on... disc are we on at the minute? We're on disc 2 at the minute. Which means that the other area on disc 2 is the code room, isn't it, I think? So if we go on this one, we should be able to just go there instantly. No, the code room's on disc 1. I'm trying to think, which is the other one that's on disc 2? Oh, sorry, no, it's not the code room, it's the bar area. And here we are in the code area after swapping disc. Now, another thing I did find, it's only a small thing, but it's, if you press up... can't, because I'm getting attacked. I don't think we've got anything else we could take over there. See if we can take an apple. Yeah, take the apple. If you press up here, double attack. No way. That wasn't fair, was it? See if I can take another one of these apples. Different colour. That one didn't even seem to do anything, did it? What about the yellow one? Oh, actually. Take this instead. press up. Now, we've said before there's a trapdoor here, so if I press up again I'll fall through the trapdoor. But actually, if you turn to the left, there's a keypad there. And you can turn the trapdoor off. So when you go over, you shouldn't fall down. Now we've seen this sequence before, so I'm just going to turn to the side. It's just showing us the sequence we've already seen there. But now you can go up and down this area. So again, this room's quite interesting because there's a couple of things we haven't done in this area. This is about as far as I am on the game. And what I'll do now is I'll just talk you through some of the things that I think, you know, I need to put more time into to try and figure out. So this door, even when I put the cheat code in, none of the items go in this door. I'm not sure whether this is not being implemented in the game yet, or I'm not doing something right, but I can't open that door. We've got this puzzle over here. Now this appears to be lightning. We've solved the puzzle, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Now my theory is that this either is meant to open that door and it doesn't, or because there's lightning around it, it makes me think that the woman who's trapped below that we see in episode 2, and we can't get close to her because of the lightning. Maybe it's something to do with that, but that's on a different disc. Would it have some effect on it? Something in a different disc? I don't think it would. So that's one of the areas that we need to look into a little bit more. Also as well, if you just look straight now, I'm getting attacked. If you just look straight now, you can see that there's a sort of, to the left of the screen, there's symbols on there. You can't look at that. Are you meant to be able to look at that? Was that something they were going to implement? See, we just briefly went past it. Now, there's another door as well. We'll just go this way and I'll show you this. So it's just to the left through here. So there's another door that I've never been through. And again, I'm not really sure. I've tried all the items on this door, and I've never been able to open it. I've never gone through it. I'm not sure what's in it. It's this door here. This is the door we stared at, and it put her in jail. But I've never been able to actually go in the door. It just says access denied. Also, I've not been able to access any sequence where she finds the code that she's looking for, which will help cure a friend. So that's something we need to look around more, see if I can activate that. And another thing as well, what we'll do is actually, because we're on disc 1, I'll show you it properly this time. I went to the wrong area before. So we'll just go straight to the rebellion room, which is this one. And you see it's instant, and there's the one we've just seen doing a dance. And we've seen this sequence already. A lot of the sequences just play again. Them items haven't come back. So there's quite a few scenes in the Rebellion demo that I haven't seen in this. We're getting kicked out. I haven't seen happen in this area. Is there a way to go up on that platform, for example? There wasn't on the Rebellion demo, but we just seen with the other platform that you could go up there. Getting attacked again. And I'm just wondering if maybe there's a way that you can go up to the control panel. We just move a little bit closer. Is there a way we can get up there? And like, what's that blue thing there? Is there a way we can get up there? Because you fall through a trapdoor if you go up there. So I'm not really sure about that. I'll just show you it actually. Because then we can come in and I can actually show you the sequence of us being mugged. So we look down and there you go, we fell into outer space. But is there a way that we could actually get up to there? That'd be quite interesting. Maybe that could something else I'll look into. What I will do is I will do update videos if I find anything else. I'm sure I will. So I try to avoid going to this one when I go back in because you get mugged, and as I said, some of the items you can't get them back. But let's just go and have a look at that. So your items are going, and sometimes they take items that you can't get another version of. But maybe you need to set that sequence off, and that'll set another sequence off. So you never know on that. Now, before this video is released, I will have released my video showing you how to do the developer cheat to get all items, which I've put in now. Basically, you just simply hold the Z button on the Sega logo screen and then take your finger off the Z button when you get to the load screen, and when you start the game you will have all the items. Now we've come to the outside area with the cheat code on, and what's quite funny is you need to put 6 different coloured round crystals in to solve this puzzle, but this grey one here, I don't know where it is unless I put the cheat code in and it's already in your inventory because you get all items. But when playing the game normal, I don't know where that grey one is. I know where all the other ones are. And what's quite funny is on Prototype 1, which was the first build released of the Sacred Pools, I know where that grey crystal is, but in the same place on Prototype 2, they've swapped it with a different coloured crystal, and I don't know where they've moved it to. So as we can see here, we're on Prototype 1 now, and if we just have a look to the right here and open this cupboard, what we can find is there's the grey crystal that we're looking for. However, if we go over to Prototype 2, which is the one we've been doing the Let's Play on, the newest one, and we go to exactly the same cupboard and we open it, what we can see is they've swapped it with an orange one. So if you know where about the grey crystal is, let me know in the comments, but I'll keep looking for it to see if I can find it without using the cheat. So we'll just put in all the different coloured crystals we need to solve this one so I can show you what happens. And it opens a new doorway, and I can't tell you how excited I was to see what was going to be behind this. But I couldn't believe it. We're just in this area now. We've been in this area before. You can get in this area. Oh, getting attacked. You can get in this area by just using a red crystal and coming in from a different way. So I don't really see what we've gained by solving that puzzle. I mean, there's a couple of things around here. You can look at this and you get quite a lot of scenes by looking at that. And also, you know, you can have a little...
Weak,
oh!
pathetic creature. Did you really think you could take this island away from me?
And we can block that. And you can get quite a lot of scenes actually. I'll show you them all by staring at the Sacred Pool. We're getting another one already.
Do you really want to fight with me?
And again, we were able to block it. And we're getting another one. You can get so many scenes, and what's quite good actually is, if you've seen the old Sacred Pools trailer, which was released back in the day, I think it was at E3 it was being shown off, quite a lot of the scenes you see by looking at the Sacred Pools and just pausing, because there's a lot of them, they're from that video. So that's quite good. So if we just turn to the side, I'm still not 100% sure what this is meant to do. I think that I need to do more testing with this. I mean, obviously your health meter goes up, and if you look at it again, your health meter goes down. And this as well, I'm also not quite sure what the point of this is. She comes out, and again, sometimes your health will go up and sometimes it'll go down. It's gone down this time, but I need to sort of figure out what they do. Maybe this has got something to do with it. But what a disappointment it was solving that puzzle. I really thought it was going to do something, you know, really good and advance us, but it didn't. Or maybe I'm missing something. Now, this game was known for being quite risque, and this is probably the most risque scene in the game. You know, she's pretty much naked there, as you can see with this scene. And this is one of the scenes you see in that trailer video. So if you just keep turning to the side here, you can see lots of different scenes, and some of them are really interesting.
The water, the plants, even these rocks. With the right kinds of crystal, you can connect with this energy and move within it. But be careful how you use them.
So we can just see, sometimes you get attacked, sometimes it's the enemies, and sometimes you get a vice by looking at this pool and looking away. But there really is some fantastic scenes. I'm a big fan of this game. I think it's really good, it's really interesting, and really enjoying exploring around the game. So we'll just see if we can see a couple more. Oh, here it is, this one's interesting, watch this, listen to what she says.
With each offering of crystals, you restore the balance of this island. When all 5 sacred crystals have been returned, the pools will be safe, and our tribes can live in peace again.
Now we've got all 5 sacred crystals, so how do we return them? Surely we've completed the game nearly, really. I just need to figure out how you return them. Now you can put items on the pool, so I'll show you that. Now the interesting thing about this is you can put just about any item on this pool, and there seems to be 2 different responses you get. So there's this one. Or you can also get this response as well. It depends which item you put in. Well, let's say 2 responses, the 2 positive responses you can get. Because actually, if you put one of the black ones or certain ones in there, you can also get more negative reactions by getting thrown out like this. Watch this. So there we go, we've been through into outer space. And what I'll do is I'll just instantly move us back in. And if you step into the pool, the same thing happens, you get through into outer space. So clearly we're very close to the end of the game, it appears, because we've got the 5 sacred crystals. We just need to figure out some things. There seems like there is some puzzles we haven't done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do more testing, and hopefully I will have an update for you soon. I hope you've liked this video. If you've liked it, give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.